George, welcome to Hong Kong. Very excited because yesterday I spent the whole day with the UG team looking at the UG production pieces for the first time. Absolutely amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
3 questions for you. What made you decide to acquire UG way back when it was dormant?
Okay. So first of all, Breitling was booming. And I said to the shareholders, we can do much more than just Breitling. We have a great team. We have the financial means, etc. Then we looked into existing brands to buy, running brands. But usually the running brands for sale are not performing.
Yeah.
So, you don't want to buy stock. You don't want to buy problems, capacities, etc.
Right.
And then quickly we said, okay, let's check out dormant brand. In fashion, you've seen this phenomenon with Montre, for instance, which was a sleeping brand. Okay, and then I asked my heritage team, and I asked them what are the brands we should buy and why, and they came up immediately with Universal and Gallet. And you know that everybody since decades wanted to buy Universal. I just had a breakfast with the seller, from Stelux, the Wang family, and everybody came to see them. And thank God they sold it to us. And why were we so interested? The first of all, and I cannot answer the question. It's a brand with full passion. The collectors are so passionate. Don't ask me why. It is as it is. And by the way, the Universal collectors are also the Rolex and Patek collectors. Okay. So that's number one. Number two, you have an incredible history. All the stories with Nina Rins, with Eric Clapton, with Bruce Lee, etc. It's phenomenal. Then you have Genta, whose first design was a Polerouter, when it was the first commissioned work for Genta before he went into designing the Nautilus and the Royal Oak. Then you have really products. If I look at the Duramic, at the Cabriolet, etc., which are so different from what you have in the rest of the market, with a clear style. So all the boxes we could tick, and this is why it was so difficult to buy the brand, because the seller or Stelux knew exactly what they had in their hands. And here we are a couple of years later with a full collection under the umbrella of what we call the Couturier de la Montre. And this was also another, striking element when we analyze the brand. Le Couturier de la Montre sounds extremely sexy in French. The English translation is much less sexy because it says the tailor of watchmaking. But we kept it in French. I think people understand. And it allowed us to structure the collection with couture, haute couture, with capsule and prêt-à-porter. And what is quite unusual also, it's 50% women and 60% men. I mean, there's only one brand which is 50-50 in the market, and we all know which one it is. Otherwise, all the other brands are either clearly female or clearly male. And here we have another brand, 50-50. And with a structure of couture, haute couture, capsule, and prêt-à-porter, we have a very easy way of explaining the product with these famous micro-rotor movements. And I hired the biggest specialist in the market to make that. I mean, we developed 3 movements in 3 years. Right? I mean, a chrono micro-rotor, a chrono automatic, and a hand wound for the Cabriolet. And we are the only brand having basically micro-rotors both in automatic and chronograph. So this journey has been amazing.
Moving the brand forward in 2026, how do you balance iconic and innovation?
Okay, so I have an advisory board. I have an advisory board of 40 collectors, the biggest collectors in the world, and they've been amazing. But I told them 2 things. I told them, number one, don't tell me what I should do,
right?
Because what we're not going to do, what you probably want to do, is do a kind of make reeditions, and we don't want to be a vintage brand, okay? But second, tell me the mistakes we should avoid,
right?
In terms of design, in terms of products. They contributed dramatically in putting this collection together. But when you look at the product, I don't think they're vintage. They're modern. But you're right. Let's take the Polerouter. The difficulty was, how can we jump 50 years? Assume Giorgetta would have stayed.
Yeah.
There would have been 3 or 4 more editions or adjustments on the lines. Like in the car industry, every 4 or 5 years, they redesigned the Porsche 911, what have you.
Yep.
So we had to jump over, let's say, 4 iterations of the Polerouter, to have the product we have today. That was a very difficult exercise, with the steel bracelet, with all the characteristics, the cross on the Polerouter, the Reo, the date, the twisted lugs. But I think everybody loves it. So I think this went very well. Then the compacts, in a way, was the easiest, because it's so obvious, the design. It's so timeless. The Dioramique, the Disco Volante. We launched one new product, which is a mini disco. The ladies, is a bangle. So
it's amazing.
Yeah. But I think as a whole, it really looks modern, fresh, and new in that segment. And it's funny, I have many customers telling me that there might be kind of fatigue of the consumer in the super high end. They have everything. They bought all the brands you have in mind.
Yeah.
And these clients are looking for something new. And we were really impressed by their reaction, because they all were enthusiastic and bought the products because they have anyway everything.
Right.
Yeah. So here we are with Universal Genève, adding something totally new to the market.
I think UG did a very good job in creating this collection. It appeal. If you are already a UG collector, you will see the vintage inspiration. But if you are brand new, you will see the innovation of the watches. And I saw it yesterday. So if you haven't seen it, you have to see it in person.
Yeah. The debates we had were around the price. But I said right from the beginning that UG will be at a much higher price than Breitling.
Of course.
What people don't understand, that production cost of a micro-auto, which is very complicated. There are very, very few brands out there making micro-auto. Is between 200 and 3,000 just production price.
Right.
Okay. Then if you add the margins of the retailers, etc., you end up easily with, because you have to do the steel bracelet, which is very sophisticated dial, very sophisticated hands, etc. You end up easily at 15,000.
Yeah.
And this is what it is. Imagine I would have used Breitling movements.
Right.
The community would have killed me. So whatever you do, you're not doing it right. But since 3 years, read my interviews, I said it will be much higher. That I understand collectors of a Polerouter who would have loved to have a Polerouter at 5,000, 6,000, but that would have been a Celita movement. Right. And here you have a micro-auto movement, which you've seen. It's phenomenal.
And I hear people asking me, going, "Hey, what do you think of the price?" I said, "Well, if you look at the landscape of 2026, it's within the standard of the prices that we see today." So anyway, I have no problem with the price. What I have the problem is, you have to see it. Looking at online, looking at pictures, looking at my pictures that I took, does not do justice to it. And now, how are you going to do retail in Hong Kong?
We need to find a location, and
are you thinking about partnership? Are you going to do it on your own? What is your plan?
I think we first need to find a physical location. We will be opening now in Geneva.
Right.
It's a 3-story, 4-story boutique on Green Street in New York, in Milano with a partner, Bartorelli, in London. We are looking full speed in Dubai with my partner Siddiqui, but also in Qatar. But we need to find, get me a location, and we'll be there.
Okay.
Because you're right, at the end of the day, people have to look at the products. And once people touch it,
Yeah.
put it on the wrist, they're enthusiastic. And but this is our industry. We're not in banking. We're not issuing a bond and boom, here you are.
Right.
We're an industry. You need to buy machines. You need to buy tools to make movements, and you need physical distribution. And we'll take it from there. And later, I will go also to China. Actually, we're touring now Asia. This trip, and now I'm going to Korea, but later on to all the Asian countries. And we have to build it.
Okay.
You're right. Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
It was a pleasure.
Good luck with the rest of your trip. Cheers.